Hi friends, I'm excited to be with you today to share a new layout for the Shimmerz Paints design team. I am using the December Color Kitz and paper kits for this layout, and I love all of the paper and colors that are in this collection. So this pattern paper that I'm using is from the December paper kits, and I'm using all of these colors from the color kits. So that first one is the cherry Christmas vibes. It's beautiful. And then the olive branch spritz was that second one. And then the third one that's super shiny is the emerald spritz inklings. And then that last one in the bottom left corner is chocolate and diamonds inklings. And those two on the bottom are super beautiful and very, very shimmery as well. And then here I took this pattern paper. I love this pattern paper. So it's white, black and white, of course you can see. And then I took some colors from my stash to add just a little bit of color to it. So the one on top is the ruby spritz from my stash. And then the shimmers on the bottom is the Buddy's favorite color. And I love both of those. So I needed just a little bit brighter reds for the look I was going for this layout. So I went ahead and added that to that pattern paper. And it almost is like the black ink sits on top of that white paper. And I love how it looks finished. So I thought that was super cool. And then here I ran the circles through a texture folder from Sizzix, and added a beautiful pattern to some of the circles, not all of them. The pinkish and reddish ones that have the black from the black and white pattern paper, I did not run through the texture because they were very, very shimmery, and I wanted you to be able to read the words. But all of the other colors, all of those other circles, I ran through the texture folder, and I love the dimension and some of the detailing that adds. So here I am gluing them down to a piece of white Foundations mixed media cardstock. And then I am adding some different levels of craft foam to the back of those as I add them. And I'm kind of building it as I go, trying to decide where I want everything. And then the photo is from Christmas Eve last year. It's our Christmas Eve church photo. We always try to take one in front of the Christmas tree as a family. So that's the photo I'm scrapbooking. And all of these colors are perfect for that. But there was some bright red in the photo, so that's why I wanted to add a little bit lighter reds to the mix here. And then this Shimmerz that I'm adding, the yellow, is Christmas Cheer. So that's my favorite yellow. And I've gone through several pots of that because it's beautiful and super shimmery. And it's definitely a yellow, but it kind of leans gold on this layout. Once it's dry and finished, it does definitely have like a more gold look to it, and I love that. So I just kind of put it through the middle around where I knew that photo was going to go. And then here, this is also from the December Color Kitz. That's Whites of Their Eyes Color Splash. So that's the acrylic. The Color Splash is the acrylic paint spray. So I just used it with a paintbrush and splattered it on around the center. And then here I'm going to use 2 more pattern papers. I love this green pattern paper. And then there's a matching red one. So I'm going to use both of those to map my photos. And I did center my photo where I knew there would be like some more solid green stripes around the edges of it. So not so much the white part of the plaid, but more the green. And then I do the same thing with the red. I try to get as much red around the edge as possible. And I distressed the edges of both of those. And that just adds some good dimension to the layout. And then I'm going to pop it up. I do kind of fold those up a little bit once they're distressed. I do always try to go back and ruffle them up a little bit more. And then I'm going to pop that up on some craft foam. Oh, I've got to add a touch more yellow. And I think I do set that off to dry overnight before I actually add anything to it, I think. I might be lying. I've got a few more little circles that I'm going to add here. I'm going to cut this one in half and add half of it to the bottom. And then that other piece, that other half, I'm going to add to the top left. And I will kind of move the paper around here in a few minutes just to show you the shimmer and shine that all of these circles add to the layout. I absolutely love it. So here what I'm doing is I took a couple of different circles. So I just used one of the Shimmerz pots there and then one of the circles that I had cut. And I am just tracing a really light pencil line to poke some holes. And then I'm going to use hand threading or hand stitching to add just almost like a starburst of thread. So you'll see here in the shape of a circle. So you'll see I do all of the stitching off camera, but here I'm just showing you how I'm adding those dots. Adding the stitching holes. And then I'll add the stitching off camera. And there you can see the green thread on the right. And then I did some pink. I did 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. So using pink and green thread. And then I'm gluing my photo down. I will end up off camera picking it up and moving it over a little bit. Right now I'm just trying to straighten it, but I end up taking the whole thing off in a second. Because I'm going to add my title to the left and the right of the photo. And I needed a little bit more space on the left over there. So here I'm using the dots that come with the paper kits this month, and one of them says December 25th, and one of them says, I think it just says Merry Christmas, and then one's a Christmas tree. I think on the final layout I ended up taking off the Christmas tree, but I left the other 2. And then I'm going to use my circle punch to add just a couple more little circles kind of poking, like tucked under the photo right there. And then another one to the top left of the photo, I think. And the circles are not like symmetrical or anything. They're just kind of put on there. Okay, so here off camera, I took the photo off and moved it over to the right just a little bit so that I could fit the Holidays acrylic title. That's from Bramble Fox. And then I also have a metallic gold fa la 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 that I'm adding. That's going to go on the right side. So sitting right on top of that yellow, the Christmas cheer. And then my journaling will go right there underneath that. I'm just grabbing the right pen here. So I'm going to use my straight edge ruler just to do the lines with the black Sharpie. And then I will go back off camera and use a red pen to actually do the journaling about Christmas Eve. So there it's done. And now I'm going to use pops of color to go in the 4 main colors that I use, the red, the green, the gold, and the pink. Kind of all around the page in little clusters. And I think that's the final thing that I do. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the process and enjoyed following along as I made this page. Definitely check out the color kits. The ones coming up in 2024 are fantastic. I've already gotten to see the colors and they are bright and bold and beautiful, and I cannot wait to make layouts with all of that coming up here soon. And then these December color kits, if you like to scrapbook Christmas, definitely these color kits are perfect for that, for the December, the paper kits and the inks. And don't forget, if you place an order, you can add my name to the comment section of your order to get a free gift. And if you have any questions, you can pop them down below in the comment section. And I hope you guys have an awesome week ahead and find some time to create. Bye for now.